I always thought I like competitive video games. I like the challenge,
Sure.
but I just have a hard time understanding or like I think understanding a game on a micro level, like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like the little things.
yeah, yeah. Okay, sounds good. How long you been playing Overwatch?
I played Overwatch when my friends got me to play it when it was free to play, and in Overwatch 2. I really enjoyed it, but eventually just stopped playing it over time.
Okay.
Um, I started when I re when Marvel Rivals came out. I really thought that was such a cool game, but once like after season one, I was so sick of the support alts and no one
Yep.
dying ever,
Yep.
and then I realized the game I actually wanted to play was Overwatch, so
Yeah. So
I
yeah, I've
came
seen that
back.
you got hooked on Stadium. Is that where you're still playing right now?
Yeah, I play a lot of Stadium, but I play once I hit peak in Stadium, like the highest I like, played a little less, and I tried playing ranked again. But
Yeah.
as a person who likes building like characters, like in video games, like solo games, I thought
Yeah.
Stadium was very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Let's look through this form here. So I want to achieve a better understanding of the game. Right now, I play the game intuitively without thought and consideration. I would like to get to a point where I use a little bit more consideration when I get play. Is that still the case right now? Is that kind of what you would like to get out of the session?
Yeah, I don't ever like think. I'm not thinking when I'm playing. I'm just playing, and I know
Right.
that's in some ways a good thing, but I feel like that's also making it so I'm not playing optimally,
Sure.
and I'm not
Sure.
enjoying the game as much
Yeah.
if because I'm losing a strategic element.
Yeah, I understand. So the way that I look at playing without thinking, that's the best way to perform. That's the best way to play at your best in the short
Hmm.
term because you're not,
Hmm.
you're not overthinking things, you're simplifying things, you're allowing your instincts to kick in and you're trusting your instincts. Like if you've ever played when you were really tired and played surprisingly well, that was probably a very instinctual game. I've had people that played when they were very tired. So I even had a student of mine that played one time when he was drunk and said it was the best mechanical performance he's ever played because he just got out of his own head, right? But obviously, like that's not something you want to do if you want to develop. Like if you want to improve, you do have to be a little bit more cognizant of what you're doing to be willing to try new things as well as sharpening up, breaking bad habits and building new ones. And as you said, there's definitely some strategic satisfaction out of trying new things as well. So we'll talk about how to do that one a little bit better. Now, getting around 10 hours per week, mostly on the weekends. Is that still the case?
Uh, well, I think during the summer, it's more, and
Of
maybe
course.
like 15 around now. But during the when it's not summer, it's
Okay.
like 10 or 9.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Goals wise, you said no. The only goal you had was to understand Overwatch better and learn from the mistakes that you're making, and then that is also what you feel like is holding you back from improving.
I don't
Okay.
really care. I like competitive games, but I don't care about my rank as much as I feel like I care about the ranked experience, if
I
that makes
understand.
sense.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I mean, that's probably why Stadium is so appealing to you because there's just a lot more variables that are at play with Stadium as compared to the normal game. Okay.
Hmm.
Sounds good. Now, what are we going to be looking at today? Are we going to be looking at Freya? Are we going to be looking at Genji? Something else? Is it going to be Stadium? Is it going to be base game? What do you think would be best?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Freya and Stadium
Mm-hmm.
and Genji in competitive. Or, I mean,
Sure.
Hanzo in competitive too.
Got
I
it. Okay.
picked him up a little bit
Yeah. Sounds
because
good.
he's not Stadium.
Okay.
I have
Sounds good.
replay codes.
Sure.
I'll
Sure. Whatever you want to look at, we could do
message
that.
you. Uh-huh. I also it's of a Stadium match, and I made sure to record the build every at the start of every
Excellent.
round.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, so with Stadium, there's going to be a lot less micro coaching for me about the way that you build because that's something that is still being currently explored, and frankly, I just don't have the experience with. But what we'll look at is we'll look at the fundamentals of the character that you're playing, and most importantly for Stadium, are you playing to the strengths of your build? Like, are you going in with this strategy, and then are you actually doing that? For example, I had an Elite Stadium coaching session with a Cassidy player a couple months ago, and we talked about like how the build that he was going for actually changed how you position as Cassidy, and you kind of have to fight your muscle memory and not position like a quote unquote normal Cassidy because you're not a normal Cassidy anymore. You're a Stadium Cassidy with Fan the Hammer and attack speed and 500 HP, right? So we'll take a look at this. Now, is this the Stadium replay code right here? Which one do you want to start with here?
Yeah, so I put into the first round and I think the second round here.
Got it. Let's go.
Let me pull up the photos too that I took.
Please, please, if you could send those
Uh,
over as well, or if you can. Okay, that's the This is the fourth round of Stadium.
Oh, I might have done it
That
in
might be,
reverse then.
no, no, that's fine. That was probably the last round. This is probably the third round. So you'll probably need to send me the, like, go deeper down the replay
All right,
list.
wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the third
I
and
had it
fourth
all in
round.
reverse order.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That was the fourth and
Uh,
fifth round. Sorry. Okay.
uh-huh.
Oh, this is
Not
very
this
helpful.
one.
Thank you for the screenshot here. I'm actually gonna showcase this here.
This one. Here, all right. This is the round one. First, for some reason they're not in order, I don't think, but let me
That's fine.
see.
That's fine.
All right, so
Let me save this image here real fast. Make sure it's working, so we can. Oops. Whoops, that's my bad. I was pulling up the your picture here. Hang on one second. Okay, so I'm gonna get the picture pulled up here so I have your build, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about your starting build as well here. Save image.
the second round, I forgot to take it while I could see the full thing, so I just
Yeah, it's fine.
that has less info.
I'm sure it'll be good enough here. Let's make sure this is working here. Okay. And let me get my window capture here. I'm trying to capture the image on my recording here as well, so when you go back and watch it, you'll be able to see it here. Let me share the picture here, and we can just kind of go through that here. So this is the picture. This is your first round one start, right? So what is your philosophy with Freya? What have you found success with her so far?
I find, well, I think my playstyle changes depending on what round it is. And in the beginning, I will either go for 2 survivability items, and I'll try
Yep.
to do a little bit more flanking,
Yep.
or I'll go for a little more damage and take a little shorter off angles than otherwise.
Right, right. So deeper angles. Do you find that changes on round two depending on what you're playing? In other words, do you take greedier angles regardless of what you're playing, or do you respond with what you see in the enemy composition on round two?
In I usually try to respond in this
Okay.
game. I think they were playing like anti-dive characters. They're playing like Mei and Cass and stuff, but
Yep.
they weren't responding to me as much. So I felt like I could still dive because they weren't like paying
Yep.
attention.
Understandable. Understandable. So for starting
And
items, these are pretty straightforward, right? You've got move speed, you've got weapon power, you've got weapon lifesteal. Obviously, ability power is kind of irrelevant for Freya, so it's not really a big priority right now. But the big one we want to talk about is your power, right? Your seeker point. So talk me through the reason behind you choose this first.
okay, the reason I choose this is because I'm not sure if you can pull up another later version, but it works extremely well with another power that I get. That
Yep. I'll actually. I
it,
think I can. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it works really well with Redux
Okay.
because when I hit a take aim bolt, it shoots 3 shots at that auto aim and
Yes.
hit on the enemy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I hit them and they have the things implanted in them, the bolt,
Yes.
it refreshes my cooldowns and gives me extra ammo.
So the
And
rev draw crossbow here hits means your primary fire. When you hit your primary fire against something that's been stuck, it reduces the cooldown of your abilities essentially. So what you do is you automatically fire your primary fire with Seeker Point, which automatically reduces your cooldowns. Essentially, is what you're saying.
and
Okay.
this lets me play like a very extreme bolt spam. If I
Yes.
see a tank that's not being tanky, or even if that is,
Yep.
sometimes I'll choose to build into anti-tank, tanky stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can just spam bolts like for like 6, 7, 8 bolts without stopping.
Right, right. So just an unbelievable amount of pressure off of your cycles, and you have those cycles faster because of Redux, because you're going to be getting. I mean, if it's every hit, that's going to be at least like 15-20% reduction on your dash spam. So you're just going to be able to do that faster and faster and faster. Okay.
And I try to build into other cooldown items too to like
Yeah,
compound on
yeah.
that effect.
Yeah, makes
Um,
sense. Makes sense. How much do you experiment with your builds at this point in time? Because it sounds like you got a bit of a system here, but how much do you experiment with different builds within Freya?
when I actually removed when you could like create your own build area, I
Yeah.
removed that because I found it kept me doing the same items every time. I think Freya, I can. So if there's a lot of characters that are moving really fast, like Mercy and Gino and stuff, sometimes I'll move into ability power where I can get a bola shot after every updraft, so I can be
Right.
constantly,
Hindering, essentially.
hindering and stuff like that. I generally do a lot of, like, I have three different ones. I go second round survivability almost always,
Yep.
and then, or after fourth round, I either go into tank killer, I
Yep.
go into um like high damage, or I go into ability power, which
Right.
after recent buffs to the ability power build, I started doing a little bit more, but it
Sure.
really depends on the comp.
Sure, sure. Makes sense. Okay. How often do you check enemy builds as well, like mid round? Not mid round, but I guess between rounds.
I usually can tell what they're building just like by playing against them. I see, oh, you're doing this. But I check more of my teammates' builds to see what they're doing to try to help compound with them to see how they're going to
Give me
play.
some
But
examples.
let's say I'm playing with a Ryan and I realize he's has like the shield perk that gives him like healing and lets you do damage behind him. I might be playing more backline and
Mm-hmm.
try to
Mm-hmm.
instead of going like flanking, go like to try to destroy tanks, just sitting behind the shield, spamming bolts like
Yep.
that.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, the big thing is just that, like, I think the most important skill that you can develop in terms of like a mid round awareness is finding like what the relevant teammate or the relevant enemy that you need to pay
Hmm.
attention to their builds and build accordingly. One of the big examples is tank, right? So like you described the build that where you can put out a ridiculous amount of pressure. But like let's say that you're going, I mean, you know how it goes, right? If Orisa goes a full survivability build, Ryan goes a full shield build, it doesn't really matter how much damage you do, you're not going to kill them. And maybe if you have the armor perk, but outside of that, you're not going to kill them. It's not happening, right? So that's obviously very important for you to track because that may completely change what you do, if that makes sense, right? So I would just
Yeah.
say make sure that you're staying on top of that. But I think, I mean, it was for me initially very overwhelming to track everything that the enemy team was doing. So what I had to do is I just had to prioritize, okay, if I can't track everybody in the enemy team, who do I need to track? Like you said,
Person who
Mercy
got
Juno.
MVP.
Right, right.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
MVP or the one that has the potential, the biggest change for your playstyle, right? Like
Or
that, like
yeah, the one who counters you more.
right, the one that counters you, or even the person that you've been beating on. Like, let's say again that Orissa's going for a javelin build, or Ryan's going for a flying silly build, and then all of a sudden he's going like, dude, I can't literally do nothing versus this Freya. I'm just going to go 4,000 shield. Well, you need to know that, right? Because that all of a sudden changes completely how you should be building between rounds. So, just something to keep in mind. Like, I think the biggest thing is just to not try to do everything at once because you're not going to be able to do everything at once. So, okay, let's pull up this replay code here. Any specific questions about Freya? Let me restart my stream here.
Uh, Not really. I had a list of a few things that I was doing wrong, but I can't really find it right now. But
That's fine.
I think a couple things I would want to work on is probably uh my using my ult. I don't use my ult enough in my opinion.
Okay, why do you think that is?
I'll hold on to it. I just it's hard for me to get value. I need to be able to aim pretty well and or like not just aim pretty well, but also it's a slow projectile. Yeah, just hard to hit really.
Yeah, it is. It
And
is. Okay. We're taking a look at that. Like maybe that's something that you need to be evaluating how you're setting up so that it is easier to use, right? Or maybe it's like, okay, it's hard to use, but I'm going to use it anyway, right? I'll find like an easy way of getting value out of it, right? But we'll take a look and we'll see if we can find some patterns there. Anything else come to mind?
at the start of the round, I almost always use updraft, or I usually use updraft to give me like more to get to a point faster. But I've been starting to consider not doing that because it puts my updraft on cooldown once fight starts.
Okay,
Wonder
shouldn't
your
be a
opinion.
problem. Shouldn't be a problem with how long it takes you to roll out. Shouldn't be a problem. Like obviously, updraft doesn't really move you forward faster, but it does move you forward faster if you're like trying to cut like centimeters. You don't want you just go right over the wall, right? Like that's going to be useful, right? I don't, to my knowledge, it does not make you move forward faster. It's just more
There,
vertical.
there are items that I usually tend to buy that refreshes my dash cooldown on updraft.
Well, then use it
So
from
I'll-
rollout, especially. Certainly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine.
but the spawns on a stadium are smaller. There's a shorter distance, so sometimes I'll enter the fight with half of my cooldown still left. If
True,
I'm
true.
really
Right.
fast.
There's definitely some nuance there, but again, like that's just something that you're going to have to make your judgment off of. Like right now, it's like you're getting value out of your updraft because of the angle of the sightline that you have, but by the time that you get there, you'll probably be fine.
Oh,
Assuming this is
this
a
I
bit of
forgot.
lag.
I DC'd this round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's get to where we actually are here.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're locked in. Okay, so
All right.
big thing with Freya is verticality, right? Like that's whether you're playing Stadium, whether you're playing normal. It's really easy to look at Freya and say burst is my priority, but that's only one of your strengths. There's a lot of other DPS that can do it just as well. The thing that makes Freya unique is the burst that is unpredictable, and that's where the verticality comes into play. So if you look at the situation here, right, this comes down to raw aim, right? But if you're able to take an angle, where's an angle that can give you verticality here? Let's just start with that.
Maybe go to the left and jump onto like that bridge area.
Right. So then now we literally do the exact same thing, but why could this be better? Literally the bolt spam that you're just about to do, but why is it better?
Because I'm attacking on like a different angle. I have to make them change focus.
Right. So it's more aggressive, more distraction, more harassment, denying cover. But what's another thing about the verticality? This one's a tricky one. What happens if you miss a bolt from here? Yeah.
Oh,
but you got to
the splash damage.
The splash damage, right? So a miss is not so bad. Whereas a miss here, you can see where I'm going, is completely a miss. You get what I'm saying? So the other thing as well is that verticality with Freya is inherently unpredictable. In other words, if Junkrat's looking for me, Kiriko's looking for me, Cassie's looking for me, their crosshair, especially if you use updraft unpredictably, they have to generally adjust their crosshair from where it's normally placed to up. Now you have to look down, but the difference is because you're the one that's controlling your movement, you're already pre-aiming as you're going up. Like you're already looking down as you're going up. Does that make sense? Whereas they have to adjust. So when it comes to your crosshair is pre-aimed, they have to make a last second adjustment, which means that you're often harder to punish because their crosshair has to move more than yours. Does that make sense? It's kind of a little bit of an esoteric way of thinking about it, but you have to try to prioritize verticality, not just for splash damage, but also because it makes them move their crosshair more than you have to move yours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like you're really locked in on this kill here, right? But my concern is that you're doing damage, you're hitting bolts, yeah, sure, but you're not taking an angle, you're not using your verticality, so you're not really playing to Freya's strengths. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nothing that we've seen on our screen right now, a Cassie could have done all this better, right? Heck, even a Junkrat could have done this better, right? It's not just the range. Like you see it there, that should have been a kill. If you'd been here, that would have been a kill, easily. You get me?
Right.
Something to consider.
I think I do chase him down though.
Yeah, you should. But it shouldn't be a chase. It should be you're in a position where you don't have to chase, you know? Because you're already in that advantage position. Good shots. I mean, I like our movement, right? Like, I like the fact that we're aggressive, and as in we're moving around using our mobility, right? I just don't like how we're doing it. I would like you to start on a high ground angle, and then you can use your bolts accordingly.
I did get kills there, but I don't feel like I was playing exactly well in that situation.
You weren't. The two things that you did well is you were confident in using your mobility and you hit your shots mechanically. Those are the two things that you did. But your starting position was terrible and your cover usage was terrible. Now, the good news is that you don't need to do everything well to win fights and to improve, right? You don't need to. But if you're going to be better than where you are now, from what we're seeing from, 45, 60 seconds of gameplay, that's the low-hanging fruit for sure. Like this right here is kind of exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like it wasn't, let's just pretend that this isn't a goofy mess up fight. This Junkrat has no idea you're there.
Right.
So it's going to be almost impossible for him to beat you here if you're in this situation. Now you kind of screwed up your movement, you screwed up your bolts, right? But and whereas when you're there, this is now a fair trade. You see this? This is a fair 1v1. And honestly, I think I favor the Junkrat here a little bit.
I do die here from his death passive.
Yeah, and
I didn't.
Yeah. It's just not an advantage, right? So what was the mistake here? Look carefully. What did you have available?
I should have played behind the cover to the left a little bit.
Correct, but also look at your CDs.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to my CDs.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you a hard time for this, but this is chaotic. This is Stadium, right? Like you're gonna forget about your CDs normally because there's so much crap happening. I mean, this fight's gone on for what, 45 seconds straight. It's okay. It's all right. I understand. But this is something that you need to be cognizantly paying attention to. You get your updraft, use that verticality to approach a duel, right?
One thing that I'll say is that as the rounds get later and later, I stop my cooldown for my dash becomes so fast that I don't even think of it as a cooldown. Just think of it as like a primary attack.
Yes.
And sometimes that can bleed into my earlier rounds, I think. I'm seeing now. And
yeah, you're seeing it. That's true. That's true. That's actually a really good observation. I like you said, it is a cooldown for the first couple of rounds, and then it's not a cooldown later. However, updraft will probably always be a cooldown, no matter how fast it comes back. It's going to be at least 5-6 seconds. So
I do try to think about updraft as a cooldown, but the dash, yeah, I think I just need to be like aware of that. Yeah.
I mean, even here, right? Like, this is pretty darn close. Oh, by the way, totally fine to ult this. By the way, totally fine to ult this. Yeah. The problem with when you ulted is there's 2 rules with Freya's ultimate, okay? Then this might change with Stadium, so your mileage may vary. But in the base game, the rules with Freya ultimate are either, number 1, you need to do it from a distance where they can't kill you while you're launching it, okay? Or, number 2, you need to do it when they don't see you. So if you're gonna ult this queen, you can probably guess where I'm going with this, right? It needs to be now. Does that make sense?
As soon as they don't see me, yeah.
As soon as they don't see you, because it does have that awkward cast time where you're locked in, right? So you can't really move. So the problem here is not that you used your ult, it's when you used your ultimate, right? And you may go, but I'm not going to kill the queen with this. You don't need to kill the queen with this. Just scare her. 4 CDs. Make her use an ultimate. Cause chaos. Cause panic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. Like, what you expect out of a Freya ultimate is just totally different than other ultimates, you know? And I want to highlight again... no updraft, right? Like, you just in their face 24/7. Keep going. Sorry.
I do find that most of my deaths are around, or not most, but I'll say I do die often when I use my ultimate, which is I find annoying.
Yeah, I mean, manage your space, manage your distance appropriately, but then also like use it earlier, right? Use it earlier in duels. It's the start of trades. Okay, so we've transitioned here. Obviously, we're not at another power stage just yet, so it's not as important, but you can kind of walk me through what is generally your first item that you get. We can go back and look at your picture here. I don't know if you have one of these items equipped, but...
I almost always have, I think that's what I have equipped in the picture there. Or is that this? Yeah, I think that is second round. I was able to get I got a lot of cash. I think I got MVP that round, so I got a lot of cash.
You did a lot of damage, yep.
I always get Tourniquet. Lets you dash as soon as you updraft. It refreshes your dash cooldown.
That's a great one. Yep, that's a great one.
Basically the perk from the base game. Also gives me health and stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Then
huge.
There's an item that lowers my cooldowns and lets me gain 25 shield whenever I use an ability. It was recently nerfed, so it costs more. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This one I've been starting to use a little bit more recently. It lets me heal when I'm like floating in the air, and I find it can be like good utility if I'm like far away from health pack or just like keep me alive.
The first aid kit one you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the one in the middle there. It's I'm pretty sure that's the one. You look at it's a Freya only item.
Looking at it here.
I don't. It's not. It's in the most recent picture I sent you. It's not. It doesn't have its item listed.
I'm not seeing it here. Oh. You don't have a name for it. Okay, I see. Let me see if I can dig it up here. It is. It is Arrowweave Cloak. Okay, I got it. So it says 25 health, 100% take aim, slowed momentum duration, so you can basically stay in the air for longer. And it says, while momentum is slowed by take aim, restore 5% of max life every 1 second. Yeah, I mean, that one's going to be really good. Okay, so this is perfect. So this is going to go right into what ability is that strongest with. And you ready for this one? It's Updraft. Because you're going to updraft, you're going to take aim, you're going to dash, you're going to take aim, you're going to dash, you're going to take aim. And as long as you're taking aim in the air while your momentum is slowed, right, you're going to have more and more life restored. And that synergizes really nicely with the one that you're talking about earlier, which is that tourniquet, right? Which is, again, more updraft and getting the overhealth, right? The point being is that the cycle here is even more emphasized, which is updraft, take aim, take dash, take aim, take aim, take aim. But all of that survivability is not going to save you if you're in the enemy team's face. You see what I'm saying? And you're forfeiting.
So I was playing like I was before.
You're right. You're playing like almost like a Junkrat, like the positions that you're taking, or a Cassidy or a Reaper, right? Like you're not utilizing your verticality, and so it's like right here, for example. Like if I'm gonna take the duel on this Cassidy, I don't want to take a here. Because who wins this duel? I don't know. It's tricky, right? Like it's kind of 50-50, maybe even an advantage to the Cassidy because he doesn't have the slowest movement to hit his shots, right? Whereas what could you do with these pillars instead?
Jump updraft and then
Yeah.
take it and then shoot him from
Updraft to
there.
here and then bolt spam from here. Because where's his crosshair? Where will your crosshair be? You're going to have to drop on him. You're going to have vertical cover and you're going to have splash damage. Not to mention the 50 shields that you got from your perk. You get me?
One of the things, yeah, I absolutely understand you. One of the things that I think gave me a bad habit was because I have the item that refreshes my dash cooldown upon updraft. I don't like starting. I've gotten to the habit of not starting fights with updraft. I instead start fights with draft.
Does it refresh or just to give you a free one? Because in the base kit, it gives you a free one.
It's different in Stadium. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So,
okay, that's important. Okay, so then this is the strat, right? Dash updraft quickly.
Yeah, I should. I sometimes, yeah, I should be trying to do that here. But I'm not sure if I do.
Okay, if you don't, that just means that's a tech that you should practice as soon as you get that perk. Like, get that cycle done. Like, get that combo done, right? Yeah, this is it, right? We're just bolt spamming, right? We're not using your verticality at all, and you have, like, such an amazing pillar. Like, if you look for spots like this, like we saw one in Colosseo, the high ground, right? We have a pillar here. Heck, you could even rotate flip here. I mean, this is so good for your character, right? So basically what you're winning off of is just your raw damage and your mechanics. You're not playing to Freya's unique aspect, which is her verticality, right? Does that make sense? Like, do you see the difference here? Like, let's look at see if you get the combo right. So you dashed. Oh, that one you didn't actually. Well, actually you did. No, you did. You got it. You got it. You got your refresh. Yeah, because you only had one dash here, right? So you see the one dash. Then you updraft. So now you have two. So that's perfect. You take aim, shoot. Take aim, shoot. Take aim, shoot. I mean, do you see the difference? It's insane. Like, look at the pressure difference, right? Like, that Cassie should have died, and you're down 2, right? Like, that was phenomenal. Really well done. I want to see that cycle from you. Like, this fight's clearly lost. Like, you guys are down 2, so it's kind of cooked. But I mean, yeah, that was a really good finish to a really bad start. Okay, is all this making sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I do hear you talk about playing verticality more, but I find it can sometimes be difficult because updraft has like 12-second cooldown. So I'm playing verticality for a little bit, and then I have to fall back down pretty soon. Because,
for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's the same thing as like when an Ana misses an anti-nade, right? If you play your verticality and you don't get anything out of it, I mean, that's just the nature of the kit, right? But if you're not using that verticality at all, that's just like not using anti-nade on it. It is part of your kit, and you're going to have downtime. Now, the good news is that, as you saw in the first round, even though you quote-unquote didn't play Freya correctly, you still did stuff, because Freya can do things between her updraft cycles, right? Especially with mechanics like yours, which is pretty decent, right? But you do want to use it when it's available. Available.
This is console, by the way.
Yeah, I saw from the screenshot. It's no problem. Yeah, absolutely. And I think also even stuff with like how you're taking aim and using your momentum and self-healing and so on, like that's just further complemented here. I mean, do you see how like poorly this started? Think about how poorly this started here. Like you have no bolts. You got poked out before the fight started. So you went a little early here, and you don't even get healed. And yet, because you're starting from height, this guy's crosshair has to pull up, and he's cooked. Like that was like, you had no business making that duel even close, and you almost won it. You know? Again, beautiful.
I should not have peeked that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have peeked that. Good, but updraft, right? So what would you do here? What's this tech, right? You know, dash, shoot, updraft, shoot, or dash, shoot, that, like, right? Just again, get that verticality, because look at where his crosshair is, and it's gonna have to jerk up. You, however, remember, always know when you're about to press the button, so you can pre-aim as you turn down. Yeah. Good. You could ult this if you wanted to. Because again, her attention's not on you right now, and so like just to make sure you guys don't lose this. Like again, your ult is not like something you have to treasure. If you're down 2 or up 2, I would still use it. If you're up 1, down 1, use it. If you're up 3, then obviously, you know, don't. Like right now, you could use it.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she's going to respond in time. She might have GA now. That's the only problem. Whoops, that's the wrong.
I think she's about to.
Wait, there's no... well, that's weird. The hotkeys are bugged. There's no button for the first person in the replay in Stadium. Okay, that's weird.
I
You could
played
just-
too much Marvel Rivals, so I use third person on Stadium.
No. As in, I can press buttons on my keyboard and swap to different POVs. You see, but for whatever reason, the first person in the lobby is F5 and not F1. Look at this. That's weird.
Okay.
That's never that way. It's bugged out. I'll have to report that. Okay. Yeah, it's good use of verticality here, and then this is yeah. Good job. So this one is you put yourself on equal footing with a Junkrat, which is fine, right? You got up in his face, and which is not always what you want to do, but you prevented him from taking this high ground. You got a bolt reset. The only mistake here is right here, where you just need to relax. And I'm seeing this a little bit here and there where there's like moments where things are getting a little bit chaotic and all you really need to do is hit one shot. Like here, you don't even need to hit your bolt. You just need to hit like a couple of primary fires, and yet you were kind of panicking, right?
Yeah.
So one of the key things with Freya, again, in Stadium or Rank Game is just to stay calm, slow things down in clutch moments, stay calm, force yourself even to slow it down if you need to, because you need to build, you can't force the speed. You need to relax, right? That being said, the positioning was fine. The ability usage was fine. You just lost the duel.
One thing about the way I build Freya, I don't grab that much weapon power. I usually grab other types of, utility, unless I'm going for tank. But that usually makes it so I can't two-shot people with my bolts, which can be pretty frustrating for me.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's also the way that their health is going to scale as well. It's like, so their health is always going to outscale your weapon. But like you're making that trade-off here, right? So it's fine. It's not a problem. Like, I kind of want to highlight what you did here, because it's weird, but it's more of what I'm talking about, right? You know he doesn't see you. There's no reason to rush this. Just don't miss. So what do? You don't shoot. You don't shoot. You wait until you're sure that you're going to hit it, and then you smoke them. You see it?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, right? Now, you don't always have the luxury of not being under any pressure at all, but like you very easily could have panicked there and blown all your bolts and just let, but you didn't. You stayed calm and you finished them off, right? So that's like actually a good example of what I was wanting in the previous round, where you started off really well, you get him to 1 HP, and then you choked, right? You started panicking, just mashing the button. It's like, no, relax, you're good. That was good. Updraft, you got me?
Yeah.
Updraft. Get off the freaking floor. There's just no possible way that you can win that duel. It's like you wait until you start, you're put in the hole, and then you updraft, but it's kind of too late at that point,
Sometimes when I'm playing against Junker Queen, I try to bait her to come towards me and then try to updraft away because I know I can get far away so she can't deal that much damage.
That's fair, but then you might as well at this point just updraft, period, because I mean, look at what's on your screen now. Like I don't want you here, versus Cassidy and Queen. This is not exactly your advantage. I mean, look at your hitbox.
I'm in the open.
This is the type of person you are. Like this is. I mean, look at this slab of beef. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not exactly where I want to be. Good shots. Another situation where if you can get a corner, then you can pop your ult with the element surprise. Okay, this is that moment. This is the moment we've been looking for. Dash, updraft, and spam, I mean, it's fine. See, like, again, look at where this Cassie's crosshair is. You want to take a guess where his crosshair is?
On the ground?
Yeah, you're leaving cover, which is bad. But at least you're using verticality here. Look at this guy. No idea. And it's not just because it's console. Even if he did know you're there, he would have to respond, and he's not going to be able to. So you just miss your shots. I like the ult, by the way. It's a really big ult. Yeah, they just had a ton of ults. Yeah, that's all right. That was good. Okay. Same thing here. Get off the floor. Go top left, honestly. Go top left just because that's going to be your best angle with verticality, right? You saw it on your first attack there. I wouldn't bother with Mercy, to be honest. I wouldn't even bother with this, to be honest with you. There's so many other targets here that are close. Like, dealing with the Cassidy, it's just probably going to feel a lot easier. Just deal with what's close.
Yeah. Sometimes I just try to get my ult to stop Mercy from GAing, but
Yeah,
I
I
just
understand.
hit the wall every time.
Yeah,
Not
it's
every
just
time, but yeah.
it's a million miles away. Same thing here. Get off the floor, and I don't like kind of how we're in the middle a little here. Again, I would just prefer us to stay on the outside, either left or right here, and then just spam your bolts on whatever's close. That was what we're looking for. Now, I don't like where you're positioned in terms of like you're just like cooked in their backline, but look at the trigger discipline here. Look at the calm. By trigger discipline, I mean like not just spamming, right? Look how smooth you were. Hit a shot, wait. Right? You just waited. You didn't panic, right? Now, I don't know if you were caught in a reload or not. No, you weren't. You just chose to not panic. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice job.
I almost never use my primary fire. I almost only use the take aim bolt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason, especially with the build that you have. You're already basically using primary fire automatically, and so you should just basically be waiting for the take aim. Good ult. I mean, it misses kind of, sort of, but the intention was there, and that's all we really care about. Yeah, okay, you're going to win this one. We're missing the third round here, but we can skip ahead if you want to. It's up to you.
I can... Oh, sorry. I think I just forgot to put it in here.
That's okay. I think we're missing the third round. Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, big thing here is the most important thing is staying on an angle, using your updraft for verticality to win duels. That's by far the biggest thing. Like the way that you're using your dash spam is honestly fine. Like, you know, using it for your big burst cycle and then just kind of spamming once you're done with that. But like actually using your verticality is a huge weak point of yours. Now, once you're actually shooting things, you do okay, with the exception of sometimes panicking a little bit under pressure, but your mechanics are fine. Like, I don't think it's a big issue. So, any questions so far?
No, I think pretty good. I just uploaded the picture here. I finally got the Redux,
okay.
which...
Okay, so yeah, second power, there's your Redux, which means that you're just going to get your dashes and your updraft, crucially, back even faster. Tourniquet we already talked about. There's your extra quick dash reset. Arrow Weave Cloak, which just means that you get extra healing while you're taking aim, which by the way rewards you for taking time with your shots, right? They actually nerfed the take aim slow momentum on live. It's a lot smaller than it used to be, so you can't like hover in the air for forever, but you can in this, right? So use that heal. Icy Coolant, it's pretty straightforward. Weapon power cooldown reduction, it's good. Slipstream Scarf, which is, again, quick dash distance. Now, that one is interesting. That's probably more to do with what you're feeling like in terms of flanking here, I assume?
Yeah, I almost never take that one, but I felt like I was doing some pretty good, like, able to get like in their backline a lot. And
yeah. Okay. Now I want to say that synergizes well with Arrow Weave Cloak because it emphasizes slowing things down. If you're going quick dash distance, the reason why it's important to slow things down is because you're going to jolt your aim a lot more with dash than you normally do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you dash spam, you're going to be moving around a lot more. So it's really important that you don't panic and spam your shots because you're going to screw your aim up more than normally. So use Arrow Weave Cloak, use Slipstream Scarf, right? Use Tourniquet, slow it down. Go vertical, hit your shots, vertical, hit your shots, vertical, hit your shots. Like if you slow it down with your cooldown reduction, especially, and with Tourniquet, you're going to have basically unlimited dashes. You're just kind of infinite, or Redux, sorry, not Tourniquet.
Yeah, I have 15% reduced cooldown, and
Redux.
Sometimes I just like, sometimes I'll panic too much, and I'll just start, or not with Redux, just with the standard items, 15%.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying that and Redux is what I'm saying. Is you're having like dashes with so many dashes. So okay. And Windwalker boots, more updraft height. Same thing. Again, it's going to be a lot more drastic movement options, which is a good thing if you slow it down. If we're just going for raw spam damage, turning your brain off, then these are not the perks that you should be doing, but if that's not what we should be doing. Ironclad, exhaust ports, it's straightforward overhealth ability spam. Okay, let's take a look. But this is the thing, like this build is emphasizing you will have almost unlimited dashes as long as you're taking your time and hitting your shots, right? And that includes even your primary fire, not just your bolts. But if you're panicking, you're fricked, right? So, okay, let's take a look here. Rotation's a little awkward here. There's not a lot of spots with verticality. I would definitely be cautious with your verticality, or your proximity rather. Be very careful here. Like if you don't see anybody, don't just immediately walk forward. Maybe stop here and listen for a second and then go from there. This point is awkward for you. Maybe you could like angle here with this. You kind of see what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for something for you to updraft and hug. That's what I'm looking
I
for.
I just went through the photos, by the way, and I realized I accidentally sent you the wrong items that I had.
Okay.
It's mostly the same thing, but
Mostly the same thing.
uh, yeah, it looks like mostly. Yeah, I don't have the one that makes me dash further.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
one I pick up.
Okay. Okay. Well, obviously, case in point, if you do, then it's fine. But yeah, this is okay in terms of target. You just shoot what's on your screen. Good, slowing it down there. Relax, relax. Feels like you're slowing things down a little bit here. And the good news is that you don't even really need to updraft here because you already are on verticality. Now you can if you want to, but that was good. Again, I see you're actually, I mean, literally, like, remember, the ability is called take aim, right? Slow it down. And you've done that multiple times here, and you've been rewarded basically every time. Nice job. Okay. Early cap. Now, this is where updraft is going to be useful because the map's more open, so there's less excuse for this. You see this? This is a mistake. I like you being on the angle, but how should you peek this angle if you want to peek this angle? It's going to be silly. You ready for it?
Updraft.
Seriously, literally get to here. I don't know if this map has a skybox this high, but if it does, you need to find it, right? You get that updraft perk. Here's what you do. You ready for this one? You actually dash without an input. So if you've ever done the tech, if you dash without an input, you get pretty good height. Okay? So you just dash with, in other words, when I mean without an input, I mean you don't press forward, left, right, backwards. You just dash without pressing anything on your controller. So what that will do is that will get you to here. Then you updraft, that will get you to here. Then you take aim, and because you've had your refresh on your dash from your perk, right, you will have 2 dashes and be peeking this here.
Yeah. Plus the updraft height is like even higher, so I might be able to get even that without it, or at least close to it.
It would be close with or without the perk, right? And then if you don't really like this side because the roof's too high, okay, well then power of hindsight here, we can do a similar thing on this building instead, and it probably will feel even more comfortable.
The reason why I was so close to there because I was just, screen peeking her from the corner of my screen in third person, but she was like right behind the wall, and I was very surprised when she peeked out from there.
Yeah. But again, that's my point. Like just look at the hero models here. Who wins this at this distance? You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Like all she has to do is hit one Gracie and you're done, right?
Yep.
So it's like it's not just death either. It's also like opportunity cost. Like you could be actually killing these guys here, or forcing Suzu. You know. I think what ends up happening, here's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting the vibe that your build is built around as much spam damage as possible, right? Which is pretty clear. So then there's this tendency for you to just want to shoot tank, which is okay. But the problem is that desire to shoot tank is putting you in off angles that are way too close to everybody, including the tank, right? So even if you wanted to spam tank, like let's actually go back where spamming tank worked. This was still a little too close, but look at the difference between your success spamming tank here. Okay, now you're too close, but you see the difference in the distance, right?
Yeah.
You've dashed out, she's used her Gracie, so now you can burn her alive, right? Whereas if you skip forward here, let's go back right where this started. I mean, this is a little tight, right? Even with your dash, I think you're just basically assuming that she's not going to hit her Gracie, which I think is silly. So I don't mind you shooting tank here. I really don't. I don't care who you shoot with this build, especially. I just want you to do so from verticality if you can. That's kind of my main takeaway.
I do get pulled there.
Yeah. Which ends up being okay because you end up using your updraft to get out, but then you don't have your updraft to set up a different off angle, and all of that being done, and look at JQ's HP, you know? Like, where is it? That's the wrong person. Man, it's all screwed up. Yeah, she's full, right? Like, it's like, well, okay. I guess all that was kind of for nothing, you know? You don't have your updraft, so this is fine. Now we have updraft. I wouldn't mind you updrafting here to, like, right here. Like, you can even updraft here just to make sure he doesn't combo you, right? Right? That's what we're scared of, right? That is really scary for you. Not a dual UN, and so then you end up almost dying, having to leave the angle, and now Junkrat's won the angle. I mean, he's going to win the angle in close range, right? Cassie's going to win the angle in close range. Reaper's going to win the angle in close range. Your advantage is this, right?
I think one of the problems I might have is that I'm not respecting that the enemy's damage as much that I should be. Like, I just
Yeah. It's just the proximity. It's really just the proximity. It's not even like you're taking too many flanks or angles. No, it's just how close you are on those flanks and angles and how you're not using your vertical. That's literally it. Good job. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I was wondering why is this so long? Okay, well I think I got my answer.
I think we actually lost this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
so
it's a little cheeky. Yeah, I mean this isn't Freya space. You know, it's not that it's just always bad, but like if you're gonna be Freya space, do it freaking here. You know, there's just no way. Like
we were so close to capping that too.
Yeah, you're cooked. It's verticality again, right? Where do you need to be?
In the sky.
Same thing, right? Use the vertical cover here. Spam Queen, spam Cast, spam Kiri, Junk, doesn't matter. Just not here. I mean, just think about the element of surprise. Just from coming to here and peeking out, they don't know where you're going to peek. You go here and they're like, oh, you know? They don't even see you use your updraft because you do it behind a wall. Oh gosh, I want to see this. Okay. Well, looky there. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at this poor Cassidy. Oh, please! It's so hard. I'm getting a headache just watching this, right? So you're torching Junkrat right now. Can't find him. He's 1 HP. He might die. Then you land because you don't have your updraft anymore. But the Cassidy's wasted all that time going for you, and then you finish him off. Right? So it's the best of both worlds, right? Yes, 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 yes. Very good use of verticality there. Yeah. Honestly, maybe Valking Mercy's easier to kill in console because every time I think that like you should stop shooting her, you almost get her. I don't know. Maybe they just move in straight lines more. Maybe it's the aim assist. I don't know. But like, I generally don't like Valking Mercies, but you've come really close a few times. So, okay. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be it for that round. Let's look at round 4.
Oh yeah, I think I just put that one in there.
Okay. Let's see here. So your build has changed here. Your power is obviously still the same.
The build's the same as the first one I showed you because of I sent the wrong one.
I see. Okay, so then we go to our code, which was the J9. Any questions so far?
No, not much.
Okay. Utilizing verticality, slowing down your shots, keeping an eye on the tendency for you to be on PC we call it the W key pressers, you know, like just holding down, just getting close, getting in people's faces. Obviously a tendency you want to keep an eye on. Okay, let's keep going here.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked.
You know how you're gonna beat this rat, right? It's the same answer, right? Get up, ruin his parade. That's how you're gonna beat him. That is not how you're gonna beat him. Right? There's no possible way to get out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. You can even see you just updraft here on the corner, peek and spam. There it is, right there. You have a little bit of verticality there. Could have been more. So remember the tech that we were wanting because of your dash reset. So you can shoot, dash, and then updraft from there. So you don't even have to updraft immediately if you want to get that dash reset.
Sometimes I feel like I don't use dash as a repositioning tool to take height. I use dash as an escape option because I'm being too close.
Yeah, I'm noticing that with the queen earlier, especially, right?
Yeah, because it gives, which probably is not the best, but it kind of works because it gives me the bonus health and all those other things. But it's definitely not the best way to use it, especially if you want to play aggressive.
I think the way to play is if you have to, then yeah, do it that way. But if you don't need to, then don't. Like for example, right now, I would never get into Junkrat's face and then use my dashes to get away. I would instead go up top here, shoot, spam. And if I don't get the kill and I fall, then I would use my dash to get out, right? So like, I mean, I know you, right? I knew what you're going to do. You're going to dash at him, you're going to stay in front of his face, and then you're going to get flanked by a Junker Queen and a Junkrat, right? And then you're going to updraft in response to being punished. I want updraft used proactively, like before things go poorly. You see what I'm saying? Rather than hoping that they don't hit a couple of shots in a row. Because if you look at it here, you just didn't do enough damage. And the reason you didn't do enough damage is because you were running away. And the reason you're running away is because you were in their face. And this is fine just to disengage. It's no problem. Okay. Assume we updraft the top. Yeah, that's good. Nice shots. I really like how you take your time between these shots. This shot in particular is like, I'm shocked that this didn't hit. Like, you really read her movement well. Like, that was, I mean, you gave her butt a shave, you know? Like, that's like freaking really, really close. And you still get the splash damage as well, you know?
When I use updraft, I find that I can get kind of close to Mercy, and then I can, if she's like hovering in the air really high with like different perks she gets, I can kind of annihilate her if I get high enough to level the field.
Absolutely. This is really good. I mean, this fight's kind of going poorly for your team because you guys haven't been able to use your ultimates, but this is okay. This is another one of those situations where I'd updraft immediately. Just get to here. Just because, again, he's going to turn to look at you, and you're not going to be there. And you're going to miss your shots, and you're still going to get splash damage. That's what we're looking for, right? So again, it's just the updraft is used very reactively. Okay.
Instead of proactively.
Because if you think about it, if you use it to get an angle, nice shots, you'll get it back by the time you fall, especially with the build that you have here, right? So if I'm looking at the amount of time it takes between you use it and you get it again here, let's find out. So it's 10. Let's look at the timer here. So, because obviously 201, right? So 201. And you're not even spamming that many shots. And there it is again, right? You updraft right now. You hit a couple more shots. You'll get it back sooner.
Yeah.
145. 145 and 138. So it's only 7 seconds, right? When you're actually hitting some damage, right? So that's nothing. 7-second cooldown is nothing. Like,
yeah.
You could ult this, by the way. Just ult. You're at a distance to where she can't really punish you for using it, the queen that is, so you can just use it. Again, I think your strongest point is your proactivity, like in terms of like your angling and your aggression, right? It just do so with a little bit more proactive verticality. Case in point right here, right? Why wait to updraft here? Use your freaking updraft right now. Drop that ult right in her head, you know? Dash across to here if you need to. Because what's going to happen again is you're going to have to use it to get out of jail. But because you're Gracie, and now you're dead, right?
Yeah. Though I did use the ults from that, so I thought it wasn't the worst trade.
Yeah, it's not a worst trade, but if you think about it this way, there's no way for her to ult you at all.
Right, right. Also, if I just got on high ground there, if I used updraft and just sat on the bridge, there wasn't much you could do from there.
It's amazing what another of options that are given to you once you use your updraft earlier in these engagements.
I don't even think about it. I'm just like, escape. Oh, I gotta go.
This was like the defining skill that I had to develop when I was playing Freya and Masters. It's like I was struggling so much in duels because I felt like everything was just beating me if I didn't hit my 2-tap quickly enough. And then I realized that, like, why am I peeking the Cassidy on the floor? You know, why am I focusing the Genji on the floor? Why would I not just fly? That way I still hit shots. Their crosshair placement screwed up. They don't know where to peek me. And all of a sudden, all of my duels started to get easier, even though my mechanics weren't necessarily better. Like, hit 2 here. As soon as he turns, immediately updraft right now. Right? So just in case, right? Just immediately updraft. Maybe you didn't need to there, but yeah. I mean, this is okay. You see how ridiculous this is? And look at your updraft. You already basically have it again.
3 seconds.
Yeah. And here we go again. Good ult. Good ult as in you just used it. I mean, it wasn't perfectly placed, but you teleported. It's whatever. Do it again. Right now, updraft. You see?
Caught out of position there.
Yeah. But, well, by out of position is in you should have updrafted. I don't care about this aggression. Like, you're being crazy with this. You're creating so much space, you know? It's all right. You have your overshields, you know? You updraft here. What is he gonna do? Tell me, what is he gonna do? Yeah, and where are you gonna go?
He's Junkrat.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere, right? Like he's cooked, right? And he can't. He has to hit directs. You don't even have to hit a direct on him at that point. You just hit near him and he explodes. But yeah, again, your strong point is definitely your aggression, your proactivity. Like you were not afraid to do things, which I really like. I want to use that, but I want to marry that with proactive updraft, and we're cooking. Let's look at a little bit more here. Let's look at this last code here.
Yeah.
So final build here was portable zip line, which is eliminations reset both charges of quick dash cooldown. Now, that works on Kiriko clone.
I didn't even think about that. Oh.
Yeah,
And she is cloning too. Oh,
yeah, she is cloning. So that might be something to experiment with because I don't know if I love that if it's not, because you're already getting your dashes back fast enough as it is. And generally, I'm a little bit skeptical of on elimination things because it implies that you have to get a kill first for it to kick in. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like I would use it, try it on the clone if you can.
yeah. Usually I don't go for Eye of the Spider here, but
Yeah, I noticed that.
felt like I felt like I needed a little bit more damage.
Sure,
But I
that's
did
fine.
lose a lot of survivability items with this. I did grab one
did you
item that gave
lose?
me armor.
What did you lose here? I'm looking. You lost a little bit of cooldown reduction. Did you lose tourniquet? I'm
No, I
looking
kept
scroll-
tourniquet.
Okay.
I left the heal while floating. I left the overhealth when using an ability.
Yeah. Well, Cyclone's is gonna be a sauce if you use it. You know, like that's just even more reason to use it. You know, like you just there you go. He gives another free bolt. So yeah. Okay. Let's take a look here. Yeah, Eye of the Spider is like hard. I mean, it's 25% weapon power, so it's like it's good.
With Cyclone, it's like 100%. If I don't hit my bolts every time,
Yeah.
I found in practice range, I never have to stop.
Yeah. Where's your angle here? Like, where should you be optimally for your to utilize your verticality?
Maybe to the right and up or to the left and up.
Yeah, so right and up is hard because there's just nowhere to really go. Like but yeah, so this would be like if I was coaching my Junkrat on my angles, I'd definitely be like playing here with Junkrat because nobody can clear you when you're here. But for you, it's probably going to be like here, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking about the one in front of it, like that like pedestal area.
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what-
This is fine too. I mean, this is. I mean, I maybe not go there immediately. I'd shoot some bolts, go some updraft here, and then see what happens. But yeah. You're looking for the right things. That's good. The good news is about Stadium is that there's so many fewer maps that it's easier to like memorize your rollouts a little bit. Yeah, it's always proximity. You notice that? Always. Like every time it's W key or the equivalent of for console. You know. So like if you want to go for Junkrat here, just updraft and murder him from here, right here, right.
I find if I have like height on Junkrat, he can't like do much because of his grenade launcher.
Exactly. So why give him something to do with his grenade launcher here?
Right.
You know, you're losing this duel. He's caught in a reload, I guess. Like I don't know how he doesn't kill you here. I don't know why. Yeah.
I wanted to take that high ground there to play off of that, which is why I tried to just dome him, but I just really that's not my space. Like I didn't
it's
have
not your space,
updraft
exactly.
to dome him.
Exactly. Like if you're
And
gonna do
his
that,
teammate can turn around.
yeah, if you're gonna do that, get him off the high ground from here, and then like double, triple dash across it later once you get him off, right? But yeah, like you said, you use updraft to get there, and then now you don't have like this is not a fair duel for you. You should lose this, right?
I have no cooldowns.
Right. He hits one shot in you, and half of your HP is gone. Just one. And I don't even think did he not have mines? Like he doesn't even use his mines on you. Yeah, he just. I mean, everything that could possibly go right for you went right there, and you still almost died, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Begging you to updraft back. It's always used in response. You see that? You use it in response. You use it in response, but you hit your head in the ceiling, right? I'm good. You should get punished for that. You know.
My whole plan was go shooter, updraft away, and then I
but why? Like what's the point of baiting their attention? You're already baiting their attention about it here. You get what I'm saying? Like there is no benefit to baiting when you could just shoot here.
I felt like if I shoot here, they're just going to turn around and headshot me. Like
as opposed to what you're doing right now.
Well, wait. You mean from up there? Oh,
no, I mean
dropped
from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You kind of get what I'm saying. It's like the consistent theme here. It's like don't give them the peak here. Go ahead.
The reason I dropped from high ground was because I was sitting on the corner and I saw one of his grenades that was bouncing, and I did not want to get. You see that?
Yeah. Agreed. But then this is your priority is to what? Go back now.
Yeah,
right.
Instantly updraft again.
Updraft again. Right.
Instead of waiting for the updraft.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it. First off, this is really creepy. But second off, Kiriko TP does not increase in HP. You see this? That is one bolt.
Yeah.
That is one bolt right there. So you get one bolt for the sake of two. In fact, if you get a weapon power build, that might just be a couple of primary fires, honestly. Something to consider for that build.
I think it actually does increase, but it increases based off of ability power. But clearly it's...
okay. So then that's good to know. So then obviously, like, it just
Yeah.
depends. Yeah.
It was. I think that was changed very recently in like last patch
Interesting.
or something.
Interesting. Okay. Again, I like the aggression. I just don't like where the aggression is. Definitely going to be hard to break this choke. I mean, maybe you can updraft here. I wonder if you hard flank and you approach from like here, or if that's bad. I don't know. This is tricky. Like, this is where it's probably going to take some experimentation. Maybe you use this angle here with updraft, poke on the queen or cast from here instead.
This is what I was talking about. Like, I don't really think. I never even I didn't consider going to do that until I was already there. Like, I didn't think, oh, maybe I should rotate. Oh, maybe I just was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're a build guy, right? You're a thinker about the build guy between rounds. You get in the game, you just kind of vomit damage on whatever you see, right? So I'm the guy that's going to ask you to reconsider, okay, let's take that build. Okay, what's the way to use this build and how you actually move about the game, especially in your positioning, right? I mean, you don't use your updraft here. You should have. But this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, the jump pad is your updraft, and look at what happens, right?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we've been looking for this all game from you, right?
If I just slow down and instead of panicking and just aim that shot, I would have gotten
Yeah,
it.
and he dies anyway, right? You did your job. So I guess that's my point, is don't rely on the jump pad to do what your updraft should have done. You could use your ult here. Just to play it safe. Yeah, it's fine. Especially with your ability power build, like, it's just... Or your lack of, rather, it's just not going to do that much, so just use it, it's fine. Good angle, though. Like, I mean, I want to highlight, like, it wasn't well played with your verticality, but you did you took an angle, right? You didn't just sit behind your Rhine shield, you know? You did stuff. Because that opened it up right there. Haha. That's the dopamine right there. Just more. You know, it sounds so good.
So many bolts into her, and she just,
Yeah. It's all right. It was still worth doing, you know? Just make sure that you're not sacrificing your pre-fight setup, which should probably be here or should probably be here, you know? Don't get too greedy.
I was planning to rotate there, but then I just got so greedy with her.
Yeah. This is okay. This is where you want to be. This is fine. And then you can even just updraft right now. Yeah, you're not going to win this duel at this flat range. Like, it's almost impossible. You gotta go bam and get over his head. Exactly what happened on, remember the Clash point was a Hanaoka? You know, same thing. Yeah, and you're cooked, right? So it's just it's something you're going to win. Good shots in the junk, considering you didn't have updraft, right? And then you got updraft and then just forgot to use it. Too close. Look at your HP. Bam.
Yeah, that hurt me. I was.
Yeah. Good updraft. There's no way you win this. You can catch somebody by surprise, maybe get a trade. Yeah.
A touch. Or, oh no.
You could maybe live in their backline here if you're quick. Wait, yeah, she lost you. Run. Yeah, good updraft. Yeah, get out of there. Yeah, this is nice. All right, we can start to move forward now. And this is it, right? Updraft. Dash updraft, and then just start raining fire from here or from here. you're so... He's like, ah, my gosh, I'm so scared. Holy crap. Your Junkrat bails you out. Okay, we're good. I mean, you're very comfortable with, like, I'm telling you, your mechanics are pretty sharp. You know, you hit your shots, you dash around. You know, like it's not bad. Like I'm being a negative Nancy because you're trying to make you better. But there's so many things that you're doing well. You know, that you should be encouraged about. Like, you definitely you're comfortable with the cycle of dashes you've got. You're pretty darn good with your mechanics. You said that your ults were a little bit of a weak point. I don't think they were a strong point, to be clear, but I don't think they were terrible. Like, you did use them. You know, you used them. It was all right. By far the biggest thing is your tendency to just press forward and to not use your updraft proactively. You need to use your verticality to win duels. I want you to use it. I want you to ego people. I want you to be better, but do so from verticality.
I feel like I'm just playing W key just like, and then just try to shit on them. But like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not good enough eventually, right? Like I just keep on going into better lobbies, and then
Right. That's the thing, right?
yeah.
Like the game demands for you to be the best. You have to play to your character's strengths. Like no Tracer player tries to ego a Cassidy player at high level. They have to use their blinks. Like if you're the best Tracer in the world, facing versus even a Grand Master, like even a Master's Cassidy, right? Like you're the best Tracer, you're still going to have to use your blinks. Master's Cassidy will destroy you. So yeah, if you're not using your character's strengths in duels, you're only going to get so far, right? Like you're not fighting dirty to use your kit, you know? So I think what's happening here is like you're compensated by your mechanics being better than I think most of the people that you're playing in this particular lobby. I do think that your dash spam, your build is pretty cohesive, right? Like you've got a lot of things going for you that maybe some of these other people don't, but we need to unlock the cover usage, the verticality usage, and so on to kind of push you to the next level. And the good news is that if you end up playing Freya and ranked game, it's gonna be the same thing, right? It's gonna be the same thing,
Yeah.
you know? So, okay.
I do like her major perk because it like makes me. It feels a lot like when I'm playing
is.
them. Then
It
just
is.
like
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you actually get wall bangs at 50% HP, not 30% HP with the no heartbeat. You don't even need heartbeat sensor, you know? It's even more broken in the ranked game. So, okay. Any questions here?
I don't know. How? So when you say you want me like go up and start shooting people from, like high ground,
Yes.
I'm not sure if like I emphasized this before, but like, I I do that. I use my updraft. Maybe I get a kill. I drop down.
Yeah.
What do I do from there? once
Exactly
that,
what you're
like,
doing
my
here.
updraft is
Exactly what you're
gone?
doing in the rest of the game. Yeah, just do what you can. I mean, I still would be careful about getting too close. Like you definitely have that tendency to get too close, so I'd be careful about that.
Yeah.
But whatever you're doing here is fine because you basically played this entire game without updraft. That's it.
That's
So
true.
just do what you normally do. But you gave yourself a small advantage to start by actually using your cooldowns. You know.
Plus, I have all those effects. Like I get the take aim bolt when I updraft. I get the refresh when I updraft. I should be. There's a lot of things that I should be using it for.
Correct.
That I don't think
and
I'm taking advantage
and we
of.
saw it later on, like Esperanza, right? Like once you actually had your build rolling, like the cycles between updrafts is closer to like 3 or 4 seconds rather than like 9 or 10, you know? So it's like you're going to updraft, you're going to go for a bunch of bolt spam, you're going to fall to the floor, you're going to spam at the tank like you did here, and then you're going to do it again. And you're going to do it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I remember I played when I play sometimes the tank build, I updraft when I have like the bolt on the later stage, I bolt and updraft and like use all I bolt him, then I updraft and bolt him again through that, and then I bolt him 2 more times, and then I don't even drop. I have updraft again, and then I drop like 10 feet or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, I should try to take more advantage of that.
The key thing here is like the two things that we're looking for. You were updrafting the high grounds, which is good, but also you don't always need to be looking for high ground. We're looking for the pillar cover, the vertical cover. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like those rooftops, the literal pillars, like in Ilios, right? Where you can updraft, but you're not floating in the middle of the open. Like you have cover when you updraft. Like if you whenever you're playing Freya, that's what you're looking for. Where's my vertical cover? Where's my vertical cover? Where's my vertical cover? Basically.
Sometimes if I try to do that and take vertical cover, like go around a corner, I find it very easy for an enemy to just walk around the cover, and then I can't have LOS on him anymore.
Yes, but they could do that whether you were on the floor or not, though. You get what I'm saying? Like think about what happened with the Junker Queen on the Hanaoka clash. Remember, you're like, oh, I didn't know she was going to push me there. I mean, yeah, she just denied your cover by walking into your face. Like that's a threat. That's a problem, whether you're on the floor or not. You know. But they have to push into you. The difference between being up top is if they turn the corner and break your cover, they have to walk directly underneath you, which we saw what that happened with the Cassidy on Hanaoka. Remember him looking straight up in the sky and missing every shot, right? That's what should be happening if they do that. Do you remember that situation when you were over him and he couldn't do anything?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right, mate. Well, it was a pleasure. If any other questions, let me know. Just